so much to do. And so marketing, sales processes, follow-up, email, wouldn't it be great if we could automate that? And so that's what we do. We provide the sales and marketing automation tool that you need to engage with your customers. Because marketing gets you noticed, but it's your systems that get you paid. And I think I would love to learn all about your systems and how you manage taxes as my own LLC, my own business. And I think, okay, there are systems that you put in place. And in the same way, there's systems that you can put in place to give you back time to engage your clients and to engage future prospects in this coming season. So as we get started, I always like to start with a little bit of a game, a little bit of a quiz, something maybe to hopefully engage you all in this moment. So if you would, open up the chat in Zoom and answer this question. Oh, I already have the answer on there. Man, that was really great. On average, how much productivity time do small business owners lose daily? So if you already saw that, put on there. It is crazy that small businesses, you and I, as we engage our clients, what if we could get back almost an hour and a half every single day? How much time would that be? Over a week? That's like 8 hours. If I could give you back one whole day in your work week, what would that look like? Hey, thanks so much for actually engaging, Yoskanya. I appreciate you. I didn't realize that my automation was, as such. All that being said, 90 minutes. What could you do with an additional 90 minutes per day? Because we've built the systems and automations that help you be successful. So think in this moment. I want you to close your eyes, visualize this. If you had 8 extra hours each week, how would you spend them? Just pausing in this moment, visualizing. Maybe some of you, like me as a small business owner, you're like, I can't even imagine what it would be if I had an extra whole day, from 8 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever, to engage with my clients or even my family. How many times have you forgotten to follow up with a lead, send an invoice, or schedule a meeting? We might have tools that do that today, but there's a lot of manual work, right? Yeah, thanks for that engagement. What would you do, right? Where do you see your business in 5 years? That's a lot. There's a lot of changes that happens over the course of 5 years. But in 5 years, where do you envision your business? So with that picture in mind, what's going to keep you from getting there? What's going to keep you from getting to achieving those goals? Lack of consistent follow-up. We want to give you the tools to make it super easy to engage and have a consistent follow-up system. Second, we want to provide you with a process that's scalable and efficient, because there's really no point in engaging in systems and tools if it doesn't give you back time. And then lastly, there's just not enough time in the day, right? You need another you without the you that you need to pay for. So we can overcome these, which I'll show you today. Actually, all 3 of these, how one software tool like Keep CRM can help you do that and actually get you started right away. So first and foremost, let's look at consistent follow-up. We want to solve this problem through Keep. Here's a quick screenshot of Keep software. It's a really easy and simple tool to use. Think of it as a normal customer relationship platform, but with a unique twist of automation. Every CRM has pipeline. You might engage with a customer, they're a lead, you have the first meeting, you have a follow-up, you send out a contract, you get an invoice. Kind of that next step, right? Like, what do we do? What's that process? Well, what's really great about Keep is that we use automations like you see on the screen. Simple and easy to use. When this happens, then this happens. So maybe on your website, you have a form that says, I want to learn more. When that form is submitted, immediately send a notification so that your team knows. But 2, send an email confirmation to that person to know that they already got, in the system, that we'll be following up within 24 hours or whatever you want to do. But that could automatically achieve the results of, hey, this lead knows that I care about them. Because as somebody who's looking for tax support as well, I want to know somebody who's going to be responsive. So you can automate that through Keep to engage your clients. And since we've been around for a little bit, we've been around for 25 years or so, we know that follow-up doesn't do you any good if your messages don't show up in the inbox. How many times do we know that it shows up at Google, but it didn't show up? Maybe it's like, oh, check your spam folder for my emails. We value email deliverability more than any other email provider out there. Our customers stay with us because they know their emails get in the inbox and get responses. And so we're here to help. We're here to actually provide you free tools and a system and people to help you say, hey, your email deliverability can get better if you just tweak this little thing or support you here. We need your help because we need help with taxes, but you need our help in the emails and the deliverability and getting those found. Okay, because I only have a few minutes, we'll dive into this more another time. Second, we want to help you engage and build an efficient process and make it scalable. So, what could that look like within our platform? I'll introduce you to one of our customers, Stomo. Essentially, they help provide mobile self-storage for businesses or for people, right? Maybe you're going to move or whatever. So they go to their website and they see a form just like this, but I'm not ready to engage yet. So I'm actually going to go to another part of their website and I'm going to click on the button called Request Walkaround. When I click on that, it's going to take me to a form that then in the background has all of these steps pre-built. They fill out the form. The contact is created in the CRM. We can send a link for them to create that calendar booking right in the moment so that it already connects to your calendar. The email confirmation gets sent out. If you want, you can even text them. The task in your notifications can be, hey, I'm going to call that person. And then ultimately, right, when the deal comes to a close, it's a quick invoice and gets sent. From beginning to end, you can automate that whole process with the unique brand that is you and your company to give your language. Last but not least, we just want to give you another couple hours in your day, right? If we can give you an hour and a half every single day, 8 hours a week, what would that look like for you and your business? Well, let me show you one last example of a customer of ours, Annie. She likes to post on social media. Great way of gaining awareness for your company. But somebody clicks on that link for sign up here. What happens in the background? Good news, Annie doesn't have to do any of this because she already set it all up to be automated. She clicks on it. It goes to a landing page. Keep provides landing pages that you can brand and create on your own. It goes through this form. They get to know a little bit more about their program. A form's right on the page. Ask any question you want. Maybe add some unique things that are specific for your business or the season that we're in. Once it's submitted, the email automatically gets sent to the customer. Hey, thanks so much. And here's what you can expect. As a customer, I always want to know what's next. I filled out a form. I gave you my info. Who's going to follow up when? Hey, right away, Annie sends that email directly to the customer to know what's coming next. That's all automated. And in just a few months, within really 24 hours, some of our customers have said, hey, I needed a team to do this, and there's going to be an influx, hopefully, of leads coming your way. We need to let me set it up in advance and focus on people, right? Because that's what we're in the business of. You want to help businesses grow. You want to help people be successful with their LLCs and C Corps, S Corps, all that language that is really new to so many people. But you want to help them be successful and focus on the person. And so Keep allows you to do that, not get caught up in the messiness and the inefficiencies of emails and text messages and phone calls and invoices. We can help automate all of that through Keep. So that's in a nutshell, really what Keep helps solve. I briefly touched on some of the software today because I only had a few minutes, but I wanted to give you a little bit of some taste, if you will, of what's possible within your organization. One customer told us that they say 20 hours each week. It's like having 2 additional employees. It gives them time to be present and pleasant with my kids. I love that. I have 5 kids of my own. And I think as I run my business, I think I don't want to just be present. I want to be pleasant with my kids as well. And I'm sure my wife appreciates that as well. A lot of you have tools that do a lot of these things already. We know that. We've figured it out. Calendly, Zoho, Constant Contact, email marketing, Excel spreadsheets, right? The beautifulness of all things lists. You might have a few of these kind of spattered around your business. Well, you can actually consolidate them into one platform. So it actually saves you over time because all these things might not work very well because they're clunky and you have to work with different support people. But at Keep, it's all kind of put into one platform to make it easy for you to grow awareness, right? To capture leads, to convert clients, and then to create raving fans to say, hey, I'm going to come back next year. Or some of you expand into insurance 6 months later, it can go into a new campaign. So then you can follow up and engage your clientele year round. Again, without you actually having to remember to do that, we can automate all of that workflow. So if that's something that's helpful for you, if that's something that you're interested in or curious around, I'll answer some of just the logistical questions. Tony and I talked just yesterday, and I was like, okay, how do I join this call today? One, in the poll or quiz, fill that out. Hey, if you're interested, if you got more questions, if you're like, yes, I think I want this for my business, but I gotta ask like the hard question of cost or whatever. Let's just talk through it real quick, because I'm not trying to like sell you something without you knowing, right? That's never fun for anybody. But when you sign up for Keep and the platform, we don't just give you a blank slate and say, see you later. We're saying, okay, we're going to help you implement this. So an expert will guide you through over 4 1-hour sessions to help you migrate or even create the account that you need it to be created. Of course, we have free 24-hour support. Our product is multi-language, so you can create landing pages and email follow-up all within the language that hit your customers, which would actually be pretty cool. If you work with customers that are, let's say, all Spanish speaking, you could create an automation response that is in Spanish that then they can respond. But then if they come in and they're like me and they can't speak Spanish and they're English speaking, why don't you create an email campaign or automation that's English speaking? And so then you can actually begin to engage your clientele in the way that they understand, and you'll actually expand your business that way. And then lastly, the free data migration. If you're using an email marketing tool already, we can help you transfer all of that over and create these automations with you to make them last for your business. Okay, so there's that. Normally, if you go to our website, you'll see prices like this, $335 a month for $999 implementation fee. That's for customers that are just showing up on our website. But working with Tony and building the partnership with Ngozi, we're able to provide a little bit more unique experience for all of you today through either a monthly or an annual subscription. And you can see some of the savings there, hopefully that are valuable for you and your business. Implementation on a monthly basis, we'll cut that in half. We'll even give you 50% off the first month just to try it out, right? It's like, hey, let's get this in there, but lower that barrier to entry. But if you're saying like, I need this, right? You see that poll and you're like, yeah, I need a tool that does this, and you're ready to move forward, we have additional savings that provide that from an annual basis. There's so many more questions that I'm sure I need to answer. But that's what I have for today is kind of the overview of who we are, what Keep provides, what solutions might be helpful for you and your business, and then how to engage more, right? So if that's something that's interesting, put it in the chat. I'll put my email up on the screen here so that way you can reach out to me. Danny Porter and our email will follow up with you to say, hey, let's have a more intimate conversation about what maybe you need for your business. But with that, Tony, I'll hand it back to you, or really open it up to anybody who might have any additional questions to share.
Okay, Danny, Tony is not here anymore,
Oh, okay.
but I'm gonna be with you right now. Label Limon is asking, is this price per user?
Great question. So within this price here, it does include 2 users and up to 2,500 contacts. So if you need more users, it doesn't go up per user of $200 per month per user. No, it would be incremental. We would really share like, what do you need? But this includes 2 users today. And if you need more, we can add more users as needed. Does that help?
How much per user, additional user?
That's a really great question. I don't know off the top of my head. That's why I also didn't say like that. I think it's only, I think it's what I saw was like $30 to $40 per user, but I don't know for sure. So if that, put your email in the chat or whatever, send me an email at TA at this email here, and I can give you like the final pricing on additional users. So let me know how many users you need. Are you thinking more? Like how many would you need? Thinking. Cool. Just put it in the
10.
chat. Send me an email.
It'll be 10 users.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Send me an email. And I will respond and let you know.
Okay,
Thank you.
David. Does anybody has another question? Okay, I don't see it. By the way, we have just launched a polling question for our users, Danny. So these leads, I will be sharing it with you, okay?
Great. Yeah, and we look forward to working with anybody that has additional questions. So reach out to the team and thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you to you. Bueno, muchísimas gracias a todos por estar aquí otro viernes con nosotros. Nos vemos ya hasta la próxima semana. Muchas gracias. Thank you, Danny. See you.
Next week. Bye. Gracias.